CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint together with Nextel. Power up.
All right, and welcome back to our New York studios and the Sprint Halftime Report. I'm James Brown, along with the famous Flames, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer to score at halftime. Cincinnati 28-7. Boy, Boomer, they're showing some fight.
I think the character issue's overrated, JB. I've told that a million times. Here's a 51-yard touchdown pass by Carson Palmer, who, by the way, 20 of 23, 282 yards and 2 TDs. You think he wants to make a statement? 21. That's right. There you go. And Daniel Thomas, he goes in 28-7. Carson Palmer is on fire, boys.
What was that again, Shannon?
21.
All right, Boomer, we'll stay with you. New York and New England.
It's a quagmire in New England, and I'll tell you what, Tom Brady is taking shots like this from Victor Hobson all day long. Corey Dillon, former Cincinnati Bengal, he rumbles for 50 yards. No! Hey,
fourth gear.
When he was wearing the stripes, this would have been a touchdown. Looks like he's put on a few pounds riding. 50 yards, the longest ever in the Bill Belichick era in terms of yardage on the ground. But Kevin Barlow comes down, he scores. 2-yard run. Jets are hanging tough. Patriots kick a field goal right before the end of the second quarter.
Meanwhile, the Colts hosting the Buffalo Bills, Dan.
Peyton Manning looking for one of his favorite guys. Reggie Wayne throws a fade route. That's his 18th touchdown pass of the year. Then before the end of the half, Peyton Manning looking for some more points. Finds Ben Utek. The ball pops loose.
Coughed it up.
Yeah, that's right. He did. He coughed it up. Terrence McGee down the side. Get him, Peyton. Can you get him? And Johnny Unitas' shoes just aren't fast enough.
No question about it. Give that boy some NyQuil, huh, Shannon? All right, meanwhile, Houston at Jacksonville. Shannon.
Houston trying to repeat what they did a couple of weeks ago. Wally London, 1-yard TD run. Built up early. Jags, David Garrard, going to get hit. Ball pops up in the air. Marlon Greenwood from the Texans has it. David Garrard's first INT of the season. 10-3 Texans started the third.
Texans looking for their first win on the road. Shannon, stay with you.
Let's put some hands together for Mr. Vince Young on the 2-yard TD run. Now they're up 10-7. Tennessee's feeling good. Vince Young, the Daniel Thomas has him in his sight. Oh, he had Bo Scaife in his sight. 13-yard TD. 19-7 Titans. Travis Henry says, we want more. Come on down, Travis Henry on a 1-yard TD run. And moments ago, Steve McNair, Ovi, what his name is, Boone? Maha Lee. Yeah, that's him. 30-yard TD pass from McNair. Moments in the half, JB, 26-14, Titans on top.
Come in and ask me.
Well, we're talking to you now, Dan. Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, this is called a flea flicker. Lateral to the quarterback pass. Joey Harrington, corner in the end zone. Chris Chambers in. Oh, he doesn't get in. Oh, that's half-yard line. Ronnie Brown, he goes in for the touchdown. Hey, Dolphins are winning 13-0.
And winning the time of possession game as well. Boomer Brown.
Oh, Shannon, look at this guy. It's the party starter.
That's him.
Going in for a 1-yard out. Cleveland takes a 7-0 lead over the Falcons. Then Michael Vick comes back. He's going to throw an interception this time. The safety, Sean Jones, he's going to pick it up, give Cleveland really good field position. How about Charlie Fry? Stand in the pocket, son. Look down the field, find Braylon Edwards, 19-yard touchdown. And Cleveland's laying it on the Atlanta Falcons, 14-3.
You going to make it to the BET Awards tonight, though,
I'm going to miss it tonight, but they're going to tape it for me anyway.
All right, Shannon.
Donald McNabb, they're already up 10-0. Courtesy Donald McNabb and Dante Starworth on an 84-yard TD. But hey, Correll Buckhalter, won't you come on down the line and get some of this? 55 yards, touchdown, 17-3, moments in the half.
Quick strikes by the Eagles. Dan.
Brett Favre, early in the game, he pumps those lefts. He finds Noah Herron, 5-yard touchdown, gets in the corner of the end zone. Then Brad Johnson brings his team back. Play action pass, wide open. Billy McMullen, 40 yards for a touchdown. Safeties didn't see him. He snuck through. And then also, here comes Brad Johnson again. Chester Taylor over the middle. He gets hit. Ball pops out. Billy McMullen, his second touchdown of the game. And Brett Favre, right before the half. All day to throw right up the middle seam. There he goes, Donald Driver. Donald Driver.
Stop chasing.
2 yards for a touchdown. Green Bay.
Don't chase it. They're going to think you gave up that touchdown when you chased him in the end zone.
Hey, only in the film room. Boom.
I know Frank Gore's going to go 61 yards right here, guys. A really nice run. But is Beyonce going to be at the BET Awards tonight?
Yes, indeed.
I'm coming. I'm there. But how about this? The San Francisco 49ers obviously not paying attention to Roy Williams, who said that they were going to win this game.
Yeah, Roy, you guaranteed us a victory.
So Don Cornelius used to host what show? Soul Train. All right, with that in mind,
together for our host all the way from D.C., Mr. James
Brown. And we'll tell you second half of your game coming up now.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint together with Nextel. Power up.
Two and a Half Men, CBS Mondays.
NFL Sunday Ticket brought to you by Bridgestone Tires. Passion for excellence.
The wheel goes round and round, we keep it moving, and it don't slow down. The wheel goes round and round, we keep it moving.
Round and round.
The wheel goes round and round, keep it moving.
Oh, yeah.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving. The wheel goes round and round, round and round, round and round, goes round and round.
Once upon a time, there was this idea, one of those proverbial big ideas. An idea so big that it needed help making the leap between possibility and reality. This big idea, it's your idea. Now who's going to help you make it real?
I can give you what you want. I can make your heart beat short. I can make you ice cream. We could be a sweet tea melting in your ice dreams.
Multiply your possibilities.
I can give you what you
Introducing Intel Core 2 Duo, the world's best processors.
The Tigers take on the Tide as fifth-ranked Auburn fights to be the best in the SEC West. It's college football at its best next Saturday on CBS.
When it comes to being a better football fan, nothing beats Sprint NFL Mobile. You can watch exclusive game highlights of all your favorite players, like Peyton Manning. That guy's pretty good, if you like 6'5", 230-pound quarterbacks, laser, rocket arm. With NFL Mobile only from Sprint, you get customizable alerts and real-time stats on your favorite team. Maybe like Peyton Manning's team, maybe.
Get the only Moto Razor with access to NFL Mobile for $49.99. Sprint. Power up.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, together with Nextel. Power up.
The pitch to Rudy Johnson, left side to the 5. Touchdown. Tomlinson, lots of room to the end zone and a touchdown. Going deep, wide open for the catch and the touchdown, Chad Johnson. Welcome back to Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati. 28-7 Bengals in the lead at the break. Along with Dan Deerdorf, I'm Greg Gumbel. San Diego's the one with the lightning bolts on their helmets, but they're the ones that have been hit by a little early lightning.
Too many defensive lapses. Carson Palmer has been on fire in the first half, but a lot of times they've been thrown to receivers that have been left alone in the San Diego secondary.
Let's talk about what's happened so far in this game. The story has been an opportunistic Cincinnati team.
Well, Carson Palmer has just had an exquisite first half with a 20 of 23. It just doesn't get any better than that. A couple of touchdown passes. LT, LaDainian Tomlinson, the best runner in the game, has been pretty much smothered by the Cincinnati defense. Chad got in on it. You know, after complaining last week, he says, hey, Mom and Grandma, I do love you, and there's a lot of love in this stadium today, Greg, for everybody wearing a Bengal uniform.
No, you sounded the warning in the first half. Don't count out the San Diego Chargers just yet. This is a potent and explosive offensive team.
They average 31 points a game, and they are not out of this football game. This is the National Football League, but let's be realistic. They're not going to be able to do anything that they did in the first half and get away with it. They're going to have some metamorphosis.
Bengals get their hands on the ball first here in the second half. From inside the 5, it's Chris Perry. Perry still on his feet across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. And Carson Palmer will come back onto the field. And what a first half Palmer and the Bengals had. The Bengals average just under 22 points a game. They already have 28 on the board today. They've put up more yardage than they average and have registered more first downs than they usually do.
I know that's already highlighted in yellow, but 336 yards in a half. There'll be a lot of teams today that in the entire game don't muster 336 yards.
The give is to Rudy Johnson. Across the 30 to the 31 before he's wrestled down by a mass of Charger defenders.
And we talked early about the fact that Baltimore is leading the AFC North with a 6-2 record, and they're losing at halftime today. And I'm sure most of the people in this stadium realize it. So the Bengals have a chance to go to 5-4, and hopefully they'll get to see the Ravens fall to 6-3. If they're filling out their wish list, that's what it would be.
Palmer to throw. Going up and grabbing it is Houshmandzadeh. And that's across the 35 to the 36. As Marvin Lewis made it quite clear, there's an awful lot of football to be played this season.
And I think that's the point that he was trying to make when he set fire to the statistics of the first 8 games. That was then. We need to just change things around. We're not playing horribly. We're just not playing well enough to close the deal and win the close games. They've been losing the close ones.
2 tight ends on 3rd and 1. The pitch for Rudy Johnson. Tucks it inside, has the first down, and a marker flies.
This will almost certainly, I would think, be holding against Cincinnati, the way it was thrown and on a running play like that.
Tripping, 53 offense, 10-yard penalty, spot of the foul, 3rd down.
That's the center, Eric Gajcek.
Yeah, he's the guy that's been playing for Rich Graham, who's been out again with a knee and been playing well. Tripping is one of those things that, 25, 30 years ago, we used to do all the time and get away with it. It was about 10 years ago the league decided they were going to start cracking down on it. It would say, there were some guys that I played with back then that had it down to an art form. We used to call it a leg whip, but it was an effective tool, but it's gone by the wayside.
I'm very impressed that you're owning up to it.
Yeah, it was sometimes all you had left. You missed him with everything else. Your heel or the back of your leg was all you had left. It was the only body part you had left to hit the guy with.
You know, we've talked about these injuries. Marvin Lewis brought up a point. With all the injuries, sometimes it makes it difficult to practice the way you want to practice.
You're exactly right. This isn't a college team where you got 100 guys in uniform for practice.
Palmer, pump fake, going deep down the far sideline, fights for the ball, and who comes down with it? Nobody. Incomplete.
Yeah, and who'd he go to there, Greg?
Chris Henry.
Yes. The guy that Carson Palmer said, he's going to have to earn my trust. Well, this is how you earn your quarterback's trust. It's one-on-one, and you go up and compete for the football. Quentin Jammer did an outstanding job defensively, but Chris Henry did too. He went up and he competed for the football, and as a quarterback, that's all you can ask.
And on the sideline, Chris Palmer just walked right by Henry and gave him a pat on top of the helmet. Keenan McCardell back at his own 25-yard line. First punt of the day for the Bengals. The fair catch is made at the 31-yard line. 13:15 to play. 3rd quarter. 28-7 Bengals.
The country just got smaller. Southwest has lowered fares on our long-distance flights.